Okay, we are trying something new today. I have a viewfinder on my iPad. It's very exciting. I downloaded an app to make my iPad a viewfinder. Okay, we're gonna do a get ready with me today. And I'm gonna talk about some things. This is my entire makeup collection right here. I have downsized pretty dramatically since beginning my SEINT initiation, which is actually like kind of what I want to address today, because a couple of my videos have gotten a lot of views. Like maybe not a lot of views compared to like the rest of YouTube, but a lot of views for me, considering that today I still don't even have 500 subscribers. And a couple of my videos have gotten like 20,000 views or something. And I just want to clear the air, because in those videos, like right in the title, I say I'm not a consultant. And I just want to kind of clear the air with regard to that. Am I a consultant for SEINT? The answer is technically yes. At the time that I made those videos, I was not. So just to be like fully transparent, it's not like I was like lying at that time. So should I go back and like change the title of those videos? No. And here's why. I'm going to get ready. I'm not doing a very good job of getting ready while I go through this. At the time that I made those videos, I was still very much in my like figuring out phase with SEINT. And once I got through that figuring out phase, I had spent enough money with SEINT that I really like would have appreciated a discount. So, long story short, I did sign up to be a like SEINT Artist or whatever. And I do get like the internal communications. I do get a discounted price when I order SEINT. I am charged the $12.95, I think, back office fee for like being a consultant, but an artist. Sorry, I keep saying consultant. That's not what they call them. But with all that said, I did it purely to get a discount and purely to be able to extend a discount to those closest to me, because I love it. And I'll be very honest, it's going to be very difficult to move on from SEINT. Not that I have any intention to, but like if something were to ever happen and SEINT like wasn't a business anymore, it would be kind of a scramble for me, because I just don't know. I'm for it. I'm here for it. I love SEINT makeup. It has really turned me into a cream makeup believer. There's some things, SEINT products, that I am ride or die. Like I will not go back. I can't go back. Now that I've experienced it, I've never tried anything like it. There's other products that it's kind of like ho-hum. I could take it or leave it. But with that said, it's like opened my eyes to cream makeup. So like blush is an example. SEINT has some very pretty lip and cheek colors. But there's a lot of other cream products on the market that are not SEINT that I have kind of like dappled with a little bit, that are also very pretty. I probably won't ever go back to like a like luxury makeup type situation. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this today, because I just remembered that I put on a red lip and cheek the other day, and I haven't cleaned my brush since then. Do I have another one of these brushes? Stand by. Lately, I've been really enjoying putting my makeup on with a small brush and letting it hang out for a minute and then blending it out. And I don't have another itty bitty brush. So what are we gonna do? I guess we're gonna improvise here. I'm gonna use this brush, whatever it is. And I'm gonna put some of that on my face. Anyway, so where was I? Yeah. So I don't think I can go back to not using SEINT. Am I gonna continue on as an artist? I feel like you have a a minimum amount of time to like do so much in sales, and I haven't really like how do I explain? I'd have to like kind of hustle and get people to like get their orders in that I know. But you don't become like, you don't have, I'm going to be really honest. I'm so terrible at this. I went through all the SEINT like training, and I still like could not definitively tell you. There are other artists on YouTube that can tell you. So please don't like don't use this as like authoritative, because I'm like the absolute not authoritative person. But like your first, I want to say like 600-ish like volume that you sell, you're still in like a learning phase or whatever. So you don't have like a quota during that time. But then after that, you have to like sell so much to be active. And that doesn't mean that if you become inactive, you no longer get to sell SEINT. It just means that you don't get paid out. I think you don't meet your like minimum requirement to be paid out commission. Since I don't really have any aspiration to be paid out commission, if that makes sense, I am just simply doing it for the discount. That's fine with me. So my first SEINT order was like, I think a couple $100. And then my next SEINT order was like, probably like $400 or $500. I don't remember exactly. But then it was after that second order that I was like, I'm pretty sure I need a discount on this if I'm going to continue to use it. So then I did the artist kit, and honestly, I could have done, at the time there wasn't, but now there is like $100 artist kit for like the people that basically were in my position and they didn't need to like re-up or like get all the things to try it. They already were using it and they had a ton of product already. But that launched like literally right after I signed up to be an artist. So I did not get to take advantage of that. But even still, there was a cheaper artist kit option. And I did not even take advantage of that. I like went balls to the wall and I got like the most expensive like starter kit or whatever to be an artist. Because I love the makeup and I wanted as much of it as possible. It's interesting because I have like downsized and gotten rid of just basically all other makeup that I own except SEINT. But then I was like, give me all the SEINT. I wanted to try different shades. I wanted to try different lip and cheek. I wanted to try different, contour and bronzer shades on myself, etc. I have since given away a little bit of that product to other people who like wanted to try it. But anyway, so with all that, like if you consider that the artists get, I think it's a 20% discount. So it only would make sense to do that, to like invest and become a SEINT artist if you were ordering enough product regularly enough that your savings would outweigh the $12.95 a month back office fee, if that makes sense. So you like have to do the math, and like only you are going to know if that's right for you. But it was definitely the case for me. And in fact, what made me think about sitting down and filming this video was the fact that I'm about to place another large order because I need, like you can see, like my main shades are, I've already like done the thing where you melt down the tins and like salvage. So this one is like, that's my main like darker shade, and we're scraping the corners. So I am going to do that, and it just like made me think, I should like sit down and talk about like what I'm doing here with this, why I'm doing it. And by the way, I'm not doing my makeup like I normally would for the sake of this. And that's just because my main brush has lip and cheek on it. This brush here, I don't know what it's called. This little guy. I like to take my product and put it on the places in my face on my face where I want it, and then I let it sit. But I do that with this little brush, and this little brush is so dirty. And then I used it to like kind of make a sharp line around my lip and cheek color the other day when I wore like a bright red lip and cheek, and so it's got a little lip and cheek like redness on it that I need to wash. So that's why I'm doing it different today, which this is not like a bad way to do it. I just don't typically do this. Usually I would prefer to let the makeup like sit on the skin for just a moment before I did any blending. And I could do that here, but I'm just not doing that this time. Anyway, so with all that said, am I a SEINT artist? Technically, the answer is yes. Can you buy SEINT makeup through me? Technically, the answer is no. I have had a couple people like hit me up on Instagram and want to know if I could shade match them, and I have, but they didn't order anything. So I'm not like, you know, I'm not that really invested in that side of it. If you want a proper shade match, order from the gal who I'm under. Her name is Brittany. She's wonderful. She'll do the whole like shade matching, and you'll have like a proper like artist experience. I can insert here the kind of like guide that generally speaking we use to say like, okay, if a person looks like this, it's like one of these 8 color groupings. I don't remember which one I am. I'll mark it on the screen. I think I'm a light olive, I want to say, but I don't remember what number that is. But if you like want the whole proper experience of like working with an artist, etc., then you should go through Brittany. But you know, I guess I can see it going either way, because the thing is that most makeup that you order online, you don't have the luxury of having someone color match you, except for if you get like Il Makiage or something where they send you through a whole quiz. Like mostly you're just kind of guessing at your shade. So you could do that with this, and then if it doesn't work out, then you could send it back and get the correct shade or whatever. I mean, there's multiple ways to skin a cat. It's just as like, you know, I think the brand like wants you to have the whole experience of getting shade matched, getting like a lip and cheeks suggested to you, getting a bronzer suggested to you. And the gal who's like one up in my upline, the gal who I signed up under, Brittany, she commented the other night, and I thought this was so true, that the people who get the bare minimum product tend to be the ones who don't love it. They can't get it to work. And the people who order a lot of product, the people that are like go all in, kind of like I did, are the ones that seem to love it the most, which I could see that, because it'd be very difficult to just get like 1 or 2 like highlight shades or whatever and have the same experience with it, because it just doesn't, it's not designed to like play really with other products. It's really just designed to play, you know, well with other SEINT products, if that makes sense. So I mean, if you're someone that like has to have like all different kinds of makeup, it might not be for you. But if you're someone that's like ready to like downsize and streamline, I mean, it might be just what the doctor ordered. There's just like, you know, like, you know, if that's, I honestly, I didn't think I would love it as much as I did. And I definitely did not think I would be like downsizing the rest of my makeup and getting rid of it. So it's like kind of really interesting what happened. But I mean, when I find something I love like that, it's like, we're like fully in. I keep losing my main blending brush. We go like fully in, or I did anyway. Which I guess that's kind of typical of my personality. However, I love makeup, and I love like trying different makeup and like experimenting and shopping for makeup. So I just did not see myself being a person that went like full throttle and then like ended up decluttering a bunch of other makeup. But here we are. So Anyways, it's a very long-winded way of saying, yes, technically I am a SEINT artist, but you can't really buy SEINT from me. So does that qualify me as an artist? I mean, you could technically, but I'm like not your best. I'm not your best gal to do that from. Although, I mean, I get, you know, if you like legitimately like send me like selfies and want a color match, I guess I could do it. But like, I mean, right now I'm like off of work for the holidays or whatever, but like normally I'm working upwards of 40 hours. Like I'm working closer to probably like 50 plus hours a week, and I have 3 small children. So you're not going to, just if I'm being totally transparent, you're not going to get like the best, you know, experience from me. So just like in full transparency. But I mean, like if you don't mind like waiting, you know, a few days or whatever to get your color match and all that jazz, then I mean, yeah, I can like tell you what I think, etc. I don't really do eyeshadow much these days, but sometimes I do like just tap a little bit on. So yeah, by the way, like when I was first looking up SEINT videos on YouTube, the majority of women that I found that were making videos about SEINT had the same experience as me. They like stumbled on it. They were like, holy smokes, I love this. And decided that they like wanted in on the action. They wanted a discount. They wanted to like have the full experience of the product. They wanted in. And they, you know, maybe some of them were like, oh, I, you know, want to sell it and create like a side hustle, whatever. But I think a lot of them were just like, I want a discount. I like want to talk about this product to my friends and family. And mainly I want the discount. It's not that it's an insanely expensive, you know, makeup. I mean, your initial investment can be high. It just depends, like, you know, how much stuff it can be. Your initial investment can be very like commensurate with like getting a face of makeup from the drugstore, or your initial investment can be, you know, lofty or whatever. I need to dye my brow hairs. I have gray brow hairs. I mean, I guess it makes sense because I have gray hair, but I just like I never thought, are my brows, are we even? I just like never thought I'd be like gray brow hairs. It's fine. I'm getting older. A privilege denied to many. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, a lot of the girls I stumbled onto that are selling SEINT, that signed up for the artist program, kind of did it with the same motivation that I did it with. So with all that said, I considered, because like I said, I mean, there's no product so far. Well, that's not true. Most products that I have experience with SEINT, and I have intentionally tried to try like every single thing. Most products have been, how do I want to say this? There's a lot of like great products that SEINT carries, obviously. There's a lot of hits. There's some stuff that's okay, wouldn't repurchase. And then there's some stuff that's like, I don't know why they're selling it. And I like don't know if it would be advantageous to make a video of like hits and misses, essentially. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like honestly that might ruffle some feathers, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because like there's not, there's a lot of women that are like fully invested in this. It's like they are on social media all the time talking about it, selling, and so people get like really passionate about it, and I guess I could see that. But I'm just like trying to be transparent. Like there's some stuff I wouldn't repurchase, and there's some stuff that I would be like, absolutely not. Not only don't waste your money, but don't, like, these shouldn't even be products. And maybe I'm using them wrong. I don't know. Like, I don't know. So I guess if you want to see a hits and misses video, then just tell me, whatever. Like, I guess I can do that. Just know that they might kick me out for doing that. Which, you know, whatever. But what's the other thing I was going to say? Oh, I kind of feel like I want to start, like, kind of like trying other cream-based product. The problem is, like, I've made this investment in SEINT and I love it. And to, like, spend money on any other makeup, it just, like, does not make me, I'm, like, not excited to do that. So I don't know. I don't know if that's, like, something that I'm going to be doing, but I don't know. If there are other, like, cream-based products out there, I'd be, like, curious to know. So I guess if you know of any that are, like, comparable products, then please tell me down below. I've seen, so, what was it? Was it Patrick Ta has, like a cream foundation in a compact. It reminds me a lot of, like, the old school, there used to be an old school, like, CoverGirl Aqua Fresh, I want to say, like, cream foundation. It wasn't quite like this. It was like a more kind of silicone, dimethicone base. But girl, that was my jam all through high school. That's, like, all I wore. It was a little bit like a pressed, creamier version of the Maybelline Mousse. What was it? Air Mousse foundation, which I recently, before I, like, made this massive SEINT investment, I did repurchase some of that to kind of, like, go down memory lane a little bit with it. And it, spoiler alert, was terrible. It was nothing like I remember. But that CoverGirl one, I remember, like, loving, in, like, high school and stuff. So I don't know. But anyway, this is, like an ultra long-winded, get ready with me that was intended to just, like, answer the question, am I a SEINT artist? Which I've answered. Technically, yes, but you can't buy makeup from me. So, this is my favorite lip and cheek. Plum. Plum is the color that made me realize that cool tones are actually, like, flattering on me. It's kind of what made me, like, have the realization that although I'm more of, like, an olive / neutral undertone, I'm definitely cool leaning. And I guess I just, like, never really considered that that was, like, a possibility. I thought you were, like, you know, olive or warm or cool or whatever. I mean, it makes sense though. So I describe my skin tone as a cool olive, which I think it helps a lot in terms of, like, kind of identifying base products. And then in terms of, like, complementary colors, like, you know, blush, lip gloss, etc., or even, like, eyeshadow, those things which are going to be most complementary on me are usually cool leaning. That doesn't necessarily mean, like, cool neutrals, but although it could, but where was I going with this? Just like identifying, like, lip color. I'm gonna do better with a, like, neutral to cool as opposed to anything warm. But with that said, nothing that is, like, pinky, because I have that olive thing to consider. So more of a, like, a, I don't know, like a cool purple, grayish purple, dusty. I did my color analysis and I am I'm gonna, like, butcher this. Like, my most dominant trait is that I am saturated, or what is it? Like, muted, saturated, almost like a dusty type skin tone as opposed to clear. I don't know. This is a video for another day. So anyway, that's that. please let me know what you think down below, like any thoughts you had about anything we've discussed today. Yeah, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.